So all you need to know to do this stitch is how to chain and how to do a single crochet, and that's in US terms. But the wonderful thing about this stitch is it works out really quickly, so even though it only uses chains and single crochets. So let's begin. So the lovely thing about this stitch is it's kind of double-sided. You've got this beautiful, almost like little knit stitches. This side, these little sort of diagonal knit stitches. Or you could go for this more sort of form structured side. It's entirely up to you. But what we're going to do is take a DK, a light worsted weight yarn. So this is a yarn weight of 3, and normally with this I would use like a 3.5 crochet hook or a 4, but I'm actually going up to a 5. I just recommend that for a more drapey finish, which is really nice. And also, keeping it beginner friendly, we can crochet as many stitches as we like, so there's no stitch formula. So I'm just going to crochet, I don't know, maybe just a few stitches and come back. So as many chains as you want to begin. Okay, so once you've chained a few stitches, we are just going to work into our second chain from our hooks. We don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first chain, there's our second. Putting our hook into there, we're going to work a single crochet. So this pattern's in US terms, so in UK terms, that's a double crochet. And we're going to do one single crochet in each chain along. So we just grab the yarn, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops to do a single crochet. I'm going to do that all the way to the end in every chain. Okay, once you get to the end, so I don't actually know how many stitches I have here, we're going to chain 3 and turn. So we're going to chain 1, 2 and 3. Chain 3, and then we're going to turn our work. We're going to skip the first stitch because these 3 chains are as if we've worked into that stitch. So we're going to go into the next stitch, and we're not going to yarn over or anything. We're just going to go straight into that next stitch, grab the yarn, then we're going to chain 1, so we just come through that first loop only. Do that again, yarn over and just chain 1 for that first loop only. And then we kind of do a single crochet. We're just going to yarn over, pull through both loops, like so. I'm going to do that all the way across. So we're going to go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through. We've got 2 loops, yarn over, just pull through the first loop only to do a chain. And do that again, just pull through the first loop only to do a chain. And then we yarn over, pull through both loops, and we just repeat that all the way across into the next stitch. Bring the yarn through, just got 2 loops, yarn over, pull for the first loop, yarn over, pull for the first loop, then yarn over and pull through both loops. I can't speak. And we're just going to do that all the way to the end, and that's all we do for this row. Okay, just coming up to the end, you just have to avoid the temptation, if you're quite used to crocheting, to yarn over and do double crochets. Just remember not to yarn over, because if you get sleepy and just get into the rhythm, you can end up slipping in a double crochet by accident. Okay, just find that last stitch on the end, pull for the first loop, pull for the first loop, pull through both loops. Okay, and now we got something that looks like this, these beautiful little stitches. Then for the next row, we just do a chain 1, don't count that as a stitch, and turn. And we actually end up with like these quite big stitches like this, but just imagine that they are just normal stitches at the top. It's going to go into that first stitch under both loops and work a single crochet. I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch across to the other end. So it looks like you're working under normal stitches, like in normal crochet. Actually, they're really big stitches. But the great thing about this is it doesn't create a really lacy fabric. It still has a structure to it, which I can't say that structure to it. So it looks really nice and it feels quite solid, even though these stitches are quite open. So just one single crochet in each stitch across. And when you get to the end, that's our last stitch, we've got the chain 3, and we're just going to work as neatly as we can into the top of that chain 3 with a single crochet. Okay, and now you can start seeing the pattern come together. We've got this structured side, or we got the more sort of knit stitchy type side on the other side. And then we just go back to our second row. So we chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, turn our work. We skip that first stitch and go straight into the next stitch. Don't yarn over. Bring the yarn through, and the same thing as before, we just pull through the first loop, pull through the first loop, and pull through both loops, and do that all the way across to the next stitch. Front loop, front loop, front loop, front loop, first loop, and then both loops all the way across. And of course, for our last stitch, we just have a normal single crochet to work into, and that's the end of our next row. And then we just go back to the single crochets. So we just chain 1 and turn. We do work into that first stitch under both loops and just work single crochet. So 1 single crochet in each stitch, gappy stitch across to the other end. And I don't have a name for this stitch. I suppose it's like, I can't really call it chain stitch. It's probably a variation of something. So if you know what this stitch is called, let me know in the comments below. Or as probably it doesn't have a name, so if you have ideas for a name for this stitch, let me know and I can add it to my stitch study on the website as one of our unusual stitches. And if you enjoy learning these unusual stitches, these unique stitches, something different, let me know in the comments below as well, and I will come up with some other little stitch designs, or at least rediscover them. Maybe somewhere out there they already exist. Okay, when we get to the end, we've got that chain 3, so we mustn't forget to work a single crochet in that last chain 3. And there we go. If I bring up a loop, I can show you the really nice sort of structured grid side, or the more knitted type side here. I'm not sure. You have to let me know which side you prefer. But you would just repeat those 2 rows. We would then go back to the chain 3 and go back to doing our chaining. So we chain 3, turn, and then go into our second stitch. We don't yarn over. And same thing as before, first loop, both loops. Do that all the way across. And then your next row would be the single crochets. So if you repeat that, you'll end up with this beautiful pattern here. So it's a really beginner friendly stitch and a quick stitch to work up. Especially if you struggle with double crochets or treble crochets or half double crochets, this is a really useful beginner stitch. And like I said, if you go up a hook size to the yarn recommendation, then it does create a much more lace sort of nice drapey fabrics, which is really nice. So at least I think so. If you do a normal like 3.5mm crochet hook or a 4, then it'll be a tighter stitch. But I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope you found it useful, something a little bit different. Huge thank you as always to our Happy Berry Plus members and our YouTube channel members. And do check out our stitches on our website. I need to add more actually, little stitch patterns on the website at happyberry.co.uk, along with 400 plus free crochet patterns, so go check it out. We've got lots going on over there, got articles as well, and I will see you soon for some more crochet crafting fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.